Second brother, I really didn't push Cindy. She fell on her own.
Still trying to lie?
Second brother.
Shane. Shane, you believe me, right?
Gwen. Cindy's health was already fragile. Why do you keep targeting her?
I really didn't. I really didn't.
Gwen, you're a disgrace. How could I have such a wicked daughter?
Why? Why? You're all just being biased?
How dare you talk to Dad like that?
This is outrageous. Stay here and reflect on yourself. No one is allowed to feed her. We must break her pride.
So what if you're the real daughter? In the end, you still lost to me.
You all treated me like this. In my next life, I'll make you pay. I won't accept this. I won't accept this. I'm alive.
Miss Gwen, the Keith family sent the wedding dress for your fitting...
Wedding dress? I've been reborn, right before my engagement to Shane. Shane, today is our engagement party. Are you really leaving me in front of all these guests? Shane.
I promise to marry you. But I have to see Cindy now.
A groom ditching his bride. Unbelievable.
She deserves it. That's what she gets for stealing her sister's man.
You've humiliated the Shaw family. How did I raise such a wicked daughter? If anything happens to Cindy, never step foot in the Shaw family again.
Dad. Cindy faked a suicide at the engagement party, making me the laughingstock of Luo City. Then she framed me for pushing her. My brothers hated and tortured me. I was blind in my last life. This time, things will be different.
Miss Gwen, what are you doing? Oh my, Miss Gwen has gone mad. Miss Gwen is crazy.
This... Miss Shaw, what do you mean by this?
Uncle Zane, I heard Chris had an accident and is in a coma. I want to see Grandpa Keith to discuss changing who I marry.
What?
If I marry into the Keith family to bring him luck, I won't break the engagement my mom arranged or make Grandpa Keith sad. Plus, I can finally leave the Shaw family.
Miss Gwen, please.
Girl, Gwen. Zane said you cut up the wedding dress. Were you unhappy with the style? I'll have Shane take you to pick a new one.
Grandpa Keith, it's not the dress. It's the person.
You know that, Chris. Might never wake up again.
I don't care.
I do want someone to look after Chris. but to let you marry a man in a coma. How will I face your mother in the afterlife?
Grandpa Keith, I'm doing this willingly. Chris was very kind to me as a child, even if he never wakes up. I'm willing to care for him for life.
Oh, you child.
Grandpa Keith, please grant me this.
All right, get up first. Sigh. I'm so sorry to put you through this.
Chris is a great person. I'm lucky just to be his bride.
Forget about that old tradition. As long as you marry him, the Keith family will give you 20% shares as a dowry.
Isn't that too much, Grandpa Keith?
Chris is the current head of the family. His wife deserves this much.
I can't accept this.
Girl Gwen, this bracelet is for the wife of the head. Since you're marrying Chris, it's yours. Here, take it. If Chris knows he has such a beautiful wife, he might just wake up.
No one will dare bully me again. Especially not the Shaw family.
The engagement is still on, but with a different person. I'll have Zane send another dowry to the Shaw family. That brat Shane missed out. It ended up being lucky for Chris.
Since Mom passed away, the Shaw family has been a living hell for me. My family turned into demons, slowly consuming me. In this life, I won't let myself rot in hell or suffer any more injustice.
Gwen, what are you up to now? Cindy gave Shane up for you, just to satisfy you. What else do you want?
I know. You're upset because I went shopping with Cindy instead of helping you pick a dress. You cut the dress just to complain to Grandpa? To force me to go shopping with you again? You really are manipulative.
You think I cut the dress just to complain to Grandpa?
Isn't it?
Gwen, Nanny Watson said you cut your wedding dress to pieces this morning. Then you went to the Keith family with Butler Zane. What else did Nanny Watson hear? Remarry? Weren't you begging Grandpa Keith to move up the wedding date?
Is Cindy telling the truth? I need an explanation. I need an explanation from you.
No matter the act, you're just a hypocrite. I broke the engagement and volunteered to marry the head of the Keith family. Is that how you talk to your elders?
Fabian! Look, you've scared her into talking nonsense. Chris is the head of the Keith family, even if he is in a coma now. You're still not in his league?
You brat with no manners. A mistress's daughter dares to insult me? If the Shaw family won't teach you, I'll teach you.
You!
Gwen, she's your sister. How could you hit her?
My brother. Stop hitting her. If hitting me makes her happy, then let her do it.
Fine, since you're asking for it. I'll grant your wish.
Gwen, you and Cindy are both Shaw daughters, but you're so different. Nanny Watson, bring out the Shaw family whip.
Young master.
Fabian, I am now the wife of the head of the Keith family. The Shaw family rules no longer apply to me.
You say so, but where's the proof?
She doesn't have any proof. Stop being so delusional. My uncle is way out of your league. If he ever wakes up, you're dead meat.
If you can prove you're the wife of Chris, then we will naturally apologize to you.
And if she can't?
Then you're just a chronic liar deceiving your brothers. For unrepentant Shaw family scions, 300 lashes.
Fabian, I'm warning you. If you touch me today, I'll make you pay, including your status as the Shaw heir.
Did she really remarry and become Chris's wife?
If Old Master Keith really changed the marriage for you, what then? Shane should be informed too. With the Keith family's wealth, they'll give you a huge betrothal gift. Where's the gift?
Yeah, I heard the Keith family bought an amethyst necklace at an auction recently. Head of the Keith family, Chris's gift must include it. Sister. Is it there?
Of course.
Then where is it?
Enough. Still lying. You never learn. I'll teach you a lesson today.
Young master, the Keith family sent the betrothal gifts.
Keith family actually sent the amethyst necklace. Gwen, you...
Anything else to say?
These gifts are...
Miss Shaw is gentle and kind-hearted. Old Master Keith said the amethyst suits Miss Shaw perfectly. As for these properties, they're a token of appreciation. Gifts delivered. I'll take my leave now.
Nanny Watson. See him out. They really sent the gifts. Could it be Gwen really remarried Chris?
No way, big brother. Think about what he just said. Gentle and kind-hearted, which of these does Gwen deserve?
If not for Gwen, then who are they for? Don't tell me.
The gifts are for Cindy?
For me?
My dad just called. Grandpa canceled my engagement with Gwen. Though his tone was bad, I can finally control my own marriage. So Grandpa sent these to Cindy for me.
I see. Old Master Keith must have heard Gwen is jealous, so he canceled it. And heard our. Cindy is kind and gentle. That's why he sent such a gift, to show he values Cindy. Cindy, my future career depends on you now.
Don't worry, second brother. Once I succeed, I won't forget your guidance. Oh, right. Since this amethyst necklace and the deeds are for me, then isn't sister lying?
Gwen, I didn't expect you to be such a habitual liar. Today, I'll teach you a lesson. Hold her down.
Get lost.
Gwen, you're out of control. How dare you hit your second brother?
So what? Today, I, Gwen, am leaving the Shaw family.
The Shaw family raised you for years. What gives you the right to leave?
With this, I assume you've seen this bracelet before. My dear nephew.
Zane, I've drafted this share transfer agreement. Go to the Shaw family yourself and hand it to girl Gwen.
Yes, sir.
Water. Water.
Isn't this our family heirloom? How do you have it?
I wanted us to part ways peacefully, but it seems you don't deserve that.
You don't really think a fake bracelet will make me believe you? My grandmother wore this bracelet. My grandfather cherished it. How could it possibly be in your hands?
Grandpa Keith gave this to me.
I really admire you. You're more of an actor than I am. Your lie's been exposed, yet you won't admit it.
Second brother, don't be mad at her. She probably can't accept being dumped by Shane. So she's lying just to get attention.
A habitual liar who never learns. Gwen, you've really disappointed me.
If you want to know if I'm telling the truth, go ahead and test it.
This bracelet has always been passed down to the head's wife.
My grandmother wore this bracelet. My grandfather cherished it.
Oops. I accidentally dropped your heirloom on the floor. What are you gonna do about it?
You broke it. The Keith family bracelet passed to the head's wife. I'm telling Grandpa Keith, your career is over.
Stop pretending. Let me tell you. Not only did I smash your bracelet, but I also just hit the head's wife who was wearing it. Why is nothing happening to me?
You'll pay for this.
Oh, I'm so scared. Big brother, tell me, will Mrs. Keith make the Shaw family go bankrupt?
Gwen, you're a habitual liar who never learns. Is this how the Shaw family raised you?
I'm not lying. The bracelet is real. I really am Mrs. Keith. Grandpa Keith said he'd give me 20% of the Keith family shares as a dowry. If you don't believe me, just wait and see.
Your lies are getting bigger and bigger, sis. I never expected you to say that.
20% of the Keith family shares. Gwen, do you even know what you're saying? Even as Grandpa's grandson, I don't have 20%.
Enough. Kingsley.
Let go.
It's my fault for not disciplining you enough. I'm going to fix your lying habit right now. Deceiving your brother and lying. You deserve this.
She won't learn her lesson if you hit her that softly, brother. Let me do it.
That's enough, Kingsley. Do you know what you did wrong?
My only mistake was being born a Shaw. Once Grandpa Keith's people arrive for me, you're all finished.
Brother, why waste your breath on her? She never learns her lesson. Let's see how long you can keep this up.
Hey. What are you doing?
Uncle Zane is here. You're all finished now. Uncle Zane.
Even if Grandpa gives shares, they'd be for Cindy. What do they have to do with you?
Chinde.
Yeah?
The Keiths gave you such a big dowry and all those shares. Once you've made it big, don't forget about the Shaw family.
Don't worry, brother.
Just don't be a liar like her.
Uncle Zane, you.
How did it get like this?
Uncle Zane, are you here with the share transfer contract?
Yes.
Uncle Zane, are you here for Gwen?
So,
Dad, I'm sorry for worrying you, Dad.
good. I'm just glad you're awake. You rascal, you're lucky to be alive. You just took a long nap. And woke up with a wife.
A wife?
That's right. It's girl Gwen. She was originally your nephew's fiancée, but that brat Shane was useless. So you got the better deal. We just changed Girl Gwen's engagement to you today. Then you woke up just like that.
This is truly a miracle. Given Mr. Keith's condition, normally the odds of waking up was 0.
I knew it when her mother brought her here. This girl is truly a lucky charm. Listen. If I find out you're bullying Girl Gwen, I'll kick you out.
I won't, Dad.
Good. Sigh. It's been so long. Why hasn't Zane brought Girl Gwen back yet? Nothing happened, right?
How long has Butler Zane been at the Shaw family?
About 2 hours ago.
Get the car ready.
How is that possible? I clearly broke off the engagement. How can she still take Keith family stocks?
Young Master Shane Keith, I think you've misunderstood. These shares belong to the wife of the head of the Keith family. It's her rightful share.
My uncle is in a vegetative state. It's not certain who will control the Keith family.
Watch your words, Young Master Shane Keith. Humph, what a fine legacy the Shaw family has. To actually torture your own sister? The old master's getting old. He usually likes to meddle in things.
How can this be? How could she be Chris's wife?
I told you I'd make you pay.
Gwen, it's all my fault. Can you forgive me?
Forgive you? Do you need me to remind you what you just did to me?
We're your biological brothers. Can you really bear to watch the Keith family act against us?
I don't have brothers like you.
Sister, I know you still love Shane. I won't get engaged to him. Can you break off your engagement with Chris?
Cinda, what's with this fake act? You and Shane are both trash. I'd love to skin you alive. Everything you've done to me, I will pay you back piece by piece.
Why? Why can you still marry Chris after I stole Shane? On what grounds?
Hey, you!
Why? I already took Shane away from you. How can you still climb even higher?
Cindy, what are you doing? Let me go.
No way. Since we offended the Keith family, we're doomed. You're going down with us.
Hey.
Are you okay?
Young Master Chris.
Uncle. How? I thought you were in a coma. Is it that hard to wake up?
Gwen is my fiance. Is this how the Keith family taught you to treat elders? The great Shaw family mistreating your own sister. How dishonorable. The Keith family will never do business with the Shaws again. Dare to touch my woman? You will pay the price.
Gwen, you can't just abandon the Shaw family.
I owe the Shaw family nothing anymore. You tortured me and smashed the bracelet Grandpa Keith gave me. None of you will get away with this.
Grandpa wants me to take you home. Let's go.
Big brother, Gwen can't leave. Gwen can't leave. If she stays, the Keiths might show us mercy. If she leaves, the Shaw Group and my career are over.
No, Gwen is a daughter of the Shaw family. You have no right to take her.
No one can stop me from taking who I want.
What are you doing? President Keith, you're awake?
Dad, you're back. This girl, Gwen, didn't just bully Cindy. She even goaded President Keith to destroy us.
She dumped me and wants to leave with my uncle? That's scandalous.
President Keith, even as head of the Keith family, you can't just barge in and take my daughter away.
He's not taking me. I'm choosing to go with him. Once I leave, I'm done with the Shaw family. Once I leave, I'm done with the Shaw family.
You ungrateful girl. The Shaw family raised you for years. How can you be so heartless? Do you even respect me as your father? Come on, let's go.
Daddy.
Yes?
Daddy.
Gwen, this is Cindy. She's the same age as you. She'll be your sister from now on.
Cindy, call her sister.
Sister.
Cindy, get along well with your sister. Understand? Daddy will always love Gwenny. Daddy will always love Gwenny. Daddy will always love Gwenny.
Ever since you brought Cindy and that woman home, I no longer have a father like you. All these years, I've suffered so much in the Shaw family. I've had enough. You know what you did to me. You know it in your heart. Don't try to use non-existent family bonds to guilt trip me.
You rebellious daughter.
Hurting my person right in front of me. Do you think I'm dead?
Let's go, Uncle.
This isn't over.
That damn ungrateful brat running off with another man just like that. She's humiliated the Shaw family. She better never come back. She might do something shameful and disgrace the Shaw family.
It's all my fault. If Shane hadn't broken the engagement because of me, Gwen wouldn't have thought of leaving the Shaw family.
It's not your fault. It's all Gwen's fault for being ungrateful and jealous.
As soon as she climbed the ladder, she couldn't wait to suppress us.
She's really lucky. If President Keith hadn't been in a coma, she wouldn't be qualified to marry President Keith.
Maybe she knew President Keith would wake up. That's why she went to Old Master Keith to swap the engagement. Otherwise, why did President Keith wake up right after the swap?
Why would a socialite like her suddenly break up with Shane? Insisting on marrying a vegetable, so it was all planned. She wanted to climb even higher.
I heard President Keith stays away from women protecting her like this today. Seems like he's been deceived by her. Once President Keith realizes Gwen has ulterior motives, he will definitely punish her.
Gwen, didn't even think about stepping on me. In just a few days, you'll definitely be dumped by President Keith.
Nothing serious, just some scratches. Keep the wound dry for a few days. Change the dressing on time. Just rest well.
Don't worry, Uncle. I won't put you in a difficult position. When Grandpa Keith returns, I'll ask him to cancel the engagement.
You want to call off the wedding? Old Master Keith said you made a grand promise back then that you'd take care of me forever. Why the change of heart after just one day?
Back then,
I don't care why. Even if you use me to flee the Shaw family, the wedding is already being prepared. You must marry me.
you don't have to do this. That wasn't my only way to leave the Shaw family.
Does this look familiar?
Stop following me. This cake isn't for you.
Teddy, don't be naughty.
Hello, Uncle. Shane. this is.
I'm actually quite thankful for that car accident.
Uncle.
Call me by my name. Saw, will you marry me?
Wait a minute. Didn't I say this outfit is very valuable? No one but Gwen is allowed to iron it.
What did you say? Let's go.
Hey!
Stand right there. Say what you just said. Again.
Big brother.
Nanny Watson. You tell him. If I tell you to speak, then speak. Why are you looking at him? Just say it. Why look at him?
The second young master often has events. The clothes he wears are very expensive, so they're usually washed and ironed by the eldest Miss.
Didn't I say this outfit can't be washed with water? No water. Look at what you've done. I have an event tomorrow at 7. Get it ironed before then.
Gwen is the eldest miss of the Shaw family. After all, how could you treat her like this? She is our own sister.
Cindy is our real sister. That girl Gwen, she doesn't deserve it.
If not for Nanny Watson, I'd still be in the dark. Is this how you tell me you treat her well every day? But she's ungrateful? I thought Gwen was just spoiled and rebellious. I never imagined this is how she lives in the Shaw family. I haven't cared for her enough.
Brother, you hit me over a girl?
You still show no remorse. Tell me, do you often mistreat Gwen?
Big brother? Are you crazy? You're the one who said to teach her a lesson. You even brought out the whip this morning and punished her severely.
I was just trying to make her behave. I didn't realize her life in the Shaw family was such a living hell.
Brother, don't be so hypocritical. You're just saying that because Gwen latched on to President Keith. Are you regretting it now? Fearing revenge. You never cared about Gwen before. You just turned a blind eye and let the family mistreat her.
Shut up.
Since it's already done, stop acting so affectionate. Since it's already done, stop acting so affectionate.
It's my fault. I didn't care for Gwen enough. That's why she left in anger. I need to find a time to apologize to Gwen and bring her home. Yes, I must bring her home.
Miss Shaw, let me handle this. Just sit there and wait. I'll go get you some more sugar. Young Master Chris ordered this bird's nest soup for you. He said you're weak and need to recover.
In the Shaw family, No one ever did this for me. Where is he?
Young Master Chris has some urgent work. He'll be back soon. He said don't wait for him.
Gwen. Gwen? Gwen? Eating all by yourself? You're a wealthy young lady after all. You can't just stay in another man's house for no reason, right?
What? Did you come here just to lecture me?
Gwen, it's my fault for not caring enough before. I'm sorry. Come home with me. I'll make it up to you. Let's go.
I'm not going back. I finally escaped the Shaw family. Why should I go back with you?
If you don't go back to the Shaw family, where else can you go? You can't just stay at the Keith family without a proper status.
I told you, she's latched onto President Keith. How could she ever let go? To her, her family isn't nearly as important as her wealth, right?
Gwen, President Keith is just grateful for your care while he was out. Come home with us before President Keith sees through your little scheme. Let's go.
How many times must I say it? I'm not going back.
Just listen to me. Come home with your big brother. Come on, hurry up. Let's go. Big brother knows best. Hey.
Gwenny, are you okay? Gwenny, get the doctor here. How is she? Why did Gwenny suddenly faint?
Doctor, she's usually healthy. Why the sudden faint?
Is she going to be okay? Big brother, you're overreacting. She grew up pampered in the Shaw family. She's fine.
Miss Shaw must be overwhelmed by stress. But
what?
We only treated Miss Shaw's minor injuries last time. For a pampered lady from the Shaw family, her health is severely depleted.
Severely depleted health? How is that possible? Severely depleted health? How is that possible?
Miss Shaw must have been a premature baby. She's been weak since birth. If she'd been cared for properly, her body wouldn't be this weak. Clearly, Miss Shaw has had a hard life in the Shaw family.
I only made her do laundry, nothing else.
Gwen, it's my fault for letting you suffer in the Shaw family.
If I had known she was in this state, I wouldn't have made her do it.
It's all my fault. I'll take you home and get you well. You.
Enough. Gwenny's never going back to the Shaw family with you. She doesn't want to hear your excuses either. Save your repentance for yourselves. The Keith family doesn't welcome you. The Keith family doesn't welcome you.
Chris, Gwen is a Shaw, even if the Keith family is powerful. You shouldn't stop us from taking her home.
People like you.
A hypocritical family is better left behind.
We're her real brothers.
Real brothers? Where were her real brothers when Gwen was suffering in the Shaw family? When you were whipping her, why didn't you act like her brothers then?
Yes, we have our frictions, but you can't change the fact that we're blood relatives.
I didn't know Gwen's condition was so bad before. We'll definitely make it up to her from now on.
Staying with my Keith family, she'll definitely have a better life than with you.
What right do you have to decide for her? What if she doesn't want to stay with the Keith family?
If she doesn't want to stay, are you going to force her?
Chris. Chris.
You're awake. How do you feel?
Gwen, you're finally awake. We're here to take you home.
Can I stay here?
Of course.
Gwen, do you know what you're saying? As the eldest miss of the Shaw family, staying at a man's house with no proper status, how will the Shaw family face anyone?
Gwen is my future wife. It's only right for her to stay here.
I didn't care enough before. And you suffered. Once we're back at the Shaw family, I'll make it up to you. You'll get whatever treatment Cindy gets. Even better, okay?
Have someone kick them out, they're buzzing around like flies. So annoying
Sister? Sister? Sister.
Cindy, what are you doing? Get up, quick.
I came here specifically to apologize to you. Sister, I know it's all because of me. That Shane broke off the engagement with you. And because of me, our brothers grew distant from you. I know you hate me. It's okay. I can keep kneeling until you've cooled off, as long as you're willing to come home.
Gwen, don't go too far. Cindy is already kneeling and apologizing. What more do you want?
We've really spoiled you too much. Do you want all of us to kneel and beg you?
It's always like this. Whenever Cindy feels wronged, these fools mindlessly stick up for her. You want me to go home? Fine.
Really?
But she must leave the Shaw family.
What?
I won't live with a bad woman's daughter.
Gwen, how can you say that? Cindy is your sister, after all. How can she face herself like this?
My mother only has one daughter.
Sister, we're blood sisters. Please don't kick me out.
Don't go too far. Both are Shaw family daughters. Why is Cindy so sensible? Yet you're so malicious.
She's sensible? Only fools like you can't see through her hypocrisy and filth.
Gwen, that's enough. Cindy already apologized. What more do you want? I know. You're bitter because I broke off the engagement, but this is between us. It has nothing to do with Cindy. I know. You're bitter because I broke off the engagement, but this is between us. It has nothing to do with Cindy.
Do you really think you're so likable?
You. I know. You're just trying to get my attention. But let me tell you, it's useless.
You've got a lot of nerve.
Let me tell you, now, you should call her little aunt.
How can it be?
You should call her little aunt.
How can it be?
I was foolish before. That's why I expected anything from you. But you can't even kick out an illegitimate woman's daughter. Why even talk about compensation? I'm a bit tired.
Tell Butler Zane to kick them all out. Make sure the guards recognize these faces. If they're ever let in again, you're all fired.
Gwen.
Do I need to say it again? Get out right now.
Uncle.
And tell the old Master Keith Shane is busy lately. He won't be returning to the manor.
Why is Gwen so intolerant of Cindy? But looking at Chris's attitude toward Gwen, could Chris really want to marry Gwen?
No way. My uncle has someone he's always loved. He's only with Gwen because of Grandpa's promise. The engagement will be broken soon. Even if my uncle has feelings for Gwen, Gwen wouldn't marry him. After all, she said so herself. I'm the one she loves the most. How could she marry someone else?
But I heard Gwen's wedding is being prepared.
Gwen wants to marry Uncle. She's dreaming. Lily is coming back to the country soon. I'll call her right now.
I hope Gwen sees the truth soon.
Hey, Lily. Uncle is getting married. Did you get an invitation?
What? Chris is getting married? I'm coming back right away.
You didn't know? Uncle is really something. When do you arrive? I'll pick you up immediately. Lily, I want you to be my aunt. Gwen doesn't deserve him at all. You know, Uncle always repays a kindness. It's only because Gwen was there while he was in a coma. She volunteered for the Luck marriage and swore to care for him forever. That's why he takes such good care of her.
Yeah. She just begged Grandpa Keith to be President Keith's luck bride. And then President Keith woke up just like that. It's like she knew he would wake up.
She took advantage of my absence. How dare Gwen?
Lily, don't be too angry. It's just that after Shane broke off the engagement, she schemed to marry President Keith out of spite.
Everyone knows Chris and I are the perfect match. Gwen dares to steal my man? She must pay the price.
Gwen, Lily is notoriously feisty and difficult. You couldn't beat me in the Shaw family. How will you handle Lily? Just wait to be dumped again.
Sir?
Zane, have all the invitations been sent?
Don't worry, sir.
This banquet is not just to tell everyone that Chris has woken up and reassure the Keith Group shareholders to stop people from eyeing positions they don't deserve. But most importantly, it's to announce the wedding date for Chris and Girl Gwen. Despite the hiccups, Girl Gwen finally joined the Keith family.
Dad, I'm heading back.
Look at what a loser he is, still trying to steal the Keith family air spot from his brother. And look at what he's turned Shane into.
Calm down, sir.
Sir, Miss Lily is here to see you.
Tell her I'm unwell and can't see guests.
Yes, sir.
Sir, about Miss Lily. Isn't she your comrade's daughter? I recall you once wanted her as your daughter-in-law.
That was then. Chris fell into a coma after the car accident. She left the country without a word, not even a single caring phone call. With such a character, she's not worthy to be the Keith family's daughter-in-law.
Perhaps Miss Lily thought young Master Chris would never wake up.
But didn't Girl Gwen also think Chris might be? Bedridden for life? Yet she still insisted on marrying him. I've decided Girl Gwen is my daughter-in-law. If that brat, da resto hesitate. I'll kick him out of the house.
Miss Jones, please leave. Old Master isn't seeing guests.
For Uncle Keith to protect her like this, I really underestimated Gwen.
You look beautiful today.
It's the dress you pick.
It's my turn to give a speech. Feel free to look around. Have some snacks. I'll be right back.
Sister, this is Lily. She just returned from abroad and is President Keith's childhood friend.
Hello, Miss Jones.
I remember you. To be blunt, you used to be around Shane. Just a dog at his beck and call. You weren't good enough for Chris even in a coma. Now he's awake. How dare you stay as his fiancé?
Lily, don't be so angry. Sister just wants to be close to Shane. She'll break the engagement with President Keith.
Look at her seductive face. Dressing like this to seduce someone? Go find Chris and end the engagement now.
In your dreams.
You brat! You dare talk back to me? Don't be ungrateful. I know you had a hard time in the Shaw family. Aren't you just after the Keith family's money? Fill in this check yourself. Never let me see you again. You dare slap me?
You're an outsider. What right do you have to interfere with Keith family business?
If not for your dirty tricks, why would Uncle Keith let you marry Chris?
Is it dirty to volunteer to care for a comatose man? I'm honorable, while you're just jealous.
You woman! How are you worthy of Chris? You're just a cast-off. The Shaw family doesn't want... What right do you have to be by his side?
Grandpa Keith values my character. That's why he set me up with Chris. If you're not happy, go talk to Grandpa Keith and question him. Instead of throwing a tantrum here.
Sister, how could you treat Lily like that? You stole her fiancé and now you're making excuses.
If you don't need your eyes or ears, donate them. Instead of twisting the truth here.
Are you a mad dog?
You know, I wouldn't survive in the Shaw family if I weren't mad. I'm warning you. Mess with me again and see what happens.
You rebellious girl? You rebellious girl, when will you stop this nonsense? Bullying your sister in front of everyone? Where's our family's dignity?
I told you, ending the engagement was my choice. It has nothing to do with Cindy. Why do you keep targeting her?
You're crazy.
Gwen, we've been close for over a decade. Once you break off the engagement with my uncle, I can ask Grandpa to restore ours.
I must have been blind before. Looking at you now, you and Cindy are quite the match.
I'm doing this for your own good. Even if you didn't quit, my uncle's bride wouldn't be you. I told you, he hasn't married all these years, because someone has always been in his heart. Lily, you're the one my uncle truly loves.
What makes you say that?
Oh, just climb the ladder and it's already breaking.
Because I have proof. My uncle always keeps a hair tie on him. Once when he was drunk, I heard him say it belongs to his true love. And I remember Lily having the same one.
Gwen, it's not too late to find Chris.
Don't wait until President Keith announces it. That'll be embarrassing.
Gwen, I know you still love me. Don't worry. Once you're done with him, we'll marry as planned.
What about Cindy?
She's just like a sister to me.
You rebellious girl, must you cause such a scene in this family? How did I end up with a daughter like you? One last time. Are you calling off the wedding or not?
I'm not.
Fine. Very well. Old Master Keith, please wait a moment. Everyone, before Old Master Keith makes his announcement, I have something to announce first. I, Hugh Shaw, am cutting ties with Gwen today. Gwen will no longer have anything to do with the Shaw family.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. From now on, whether Gwen is rich or poor, it has nothing to do with the Shaw family.
Vine, I announce. The current head of the Keith family, Chris and his wife Gwen. The head of the Keith family and his wife, Gwen. The wedding is set for the 8th of next month. I hope everyone can attend. As a sign of sincerity, the Keith family will give 20% of the Keith Group shares to Miss Gwen Shaw.
What?
20%?
Gwen is just a loose woman. How is she worthy?
Cindy.
Quite the good daughter of the Shaw family.
What good can come from a bad woman's daughter?
The entire Shaw family is trash. Neglecting their own daughter to spoil a bad woman's bastard.
Since Lady Gwen's mother passed away, the Shaw family has had no place for her, treating their own daughter like this for a bastard. How foolish! The Keith family will never work with such irrational people. All right, thank you all for coming. Please forgive any lack of hospitality. Enjoy yourselves.
Gwen, are you satisfied now that the Shaw family is like this?
Kingsley, how can you talk to your sister like that? Gwen, your two brothers were wrong in the past. Look, you're now the wife of the head of the Keith family. What a noble status. You mustn't hold it against them. Once you officially join the Keith family, don't forget to help the Shaw family.
As the wife of the head of the Keith family, why should I help?
You're a daughter of the Shaw family. Who else would you help if not the Shaw family?
I see. That's unfortunate. Just now, I was removed from the Shaw family genealogy.
Gwen no longer has anything to do with the Shaw family, rich or poor.
Indeed. What a coincidence. I've just been removed from the Shaw family genealogy.
From now on, whether Gwen is rich or poor, she has nothing to do with the Shaw family.
Gwen, Dad was just worried earlier. He only said those things because he feared the Shaw family's reputation would be ruined. You understand him, right?
So you sacrificed me to save the Shaw family's reputation? Does the Shaw family have any honor left then?
Gwen, it's all our fault. Cindy, you shouldn't have scolded your sister. Apologize to her now.
Why should I?
Sister, I'm sorry. I said the wrong thing just now.
Dad, look at her acting so smug. Why should Cindy apologize to her?
Shut up!
Gwen, if you really don't care about the Shaw family, how will you stay in the Keith family once President Keith grows tired of you?
Given how the Shaw family always makes me the scapegoat whenever something happens, I'll probably be happier without you guys weighing me down.
You don't need to worry about that. Keith family rules. A man can only have one wife in his lifetime. If he's unfaithful, he'll be removed from the genealogy. I've admired Gwenny for a long time. I will never be like you and do anything to hurt her.
Gwen, can't you give the Shaw family one more chance?
You should have expected this when you disowned me without hesitation.
Are you really going to marry him?
The companies that agreed to cooperate are now ghosting us. Gwen is now the wife of the head of the Keith family. Only if we patch things up with her. Can we continue our business with other companies? Why did we cut ties with her back then?
I'm sorry, Dad. If Shane hadn't broken off the engagement, then Gwen wouldn't be with President Keith now.
How can this be your fault? It's all because Gwen is so jealous and so unlikable.
Enough! Find a time to invite Gwen home for dinner and make things right.
What's on your mind? Gwenny, in 2 days, you'll be my lawfully wedded wife. So if you're unhappy about anything, you can tell me, don't keep it inside. That way, I can share the burden with you.
Chris, did you know? I had a very happy childhood, but since my mother passed away, Dad brought Cindy Shaw and her mother home. And then everything changed.
It must be you. You broke Dad's favorite vase and got me beaten.
I didn't, brother. You still dare to lie. It's hair. She snitched on you.
Cindy, Gwen is a good girl. How could she do something like that?
Big brother. I don't believe sister would frame second brother either, but I saw it with my own eyes.
What proof is there that Gwen framed me? Should I doubt my sister just because of your words?
I saw her texting Dad with her phone myself.
You're lying.
Checking your phone will show if you're lying.
I'll expose the truth today. It really was you.
Sister. If it were me, I'd have taken the blame for him. Even if you didn't, you shouldn't have snitched.
It wasn't me. I really didn't send that message.
Stop lying. I never expected this. You're so heartless.
After that incident, Big Brother thought I was wicked. Second brother despised me even more. But you know what? Cindy still wouldn't let it go.
I'll ask one last time. Did you leak the contract?
Dad, I know how important that contract is. Why would I ever give it away?
Stop lying. Nonni Watson.
Yes, Master.
If Cindy hadn't seen the footage, you'd have gotten away with it. You still deny it.
That's not me in the video.
I bought those clothes for you myself. Who else could it be?
It's hair. She's framing me.
Me? Sister, this contract was Dad and Big Brother's hard work. Even if you're mad, you can't sell out to competitors. And now you're even framing me?
Gwen, how could you turn into this?
I'm going to teach you a lesson today.
Since then, they thought I was a spoiled liar. And Cindy. But she became their favorite instead. Shane and I were childhood sweethearts and engaged. But because of Cindy, I became the villain who stole her sister's man.
I'm sorry. I should have made my feelings clear sooner.
It doesn't matter. I won't let them ruin my mood anymore.
Since the banquet, many Shaw family projects have stalled. Even Kingsley's endorsements have all been lost. This must be their karma.
It doesn't matter. I'm no longer part of the Shaw family anyway. Whether they live or die is none of my business. Chris, help me with the swing.
Brother. Now, not only have the Shaw family projects stalled, even my endorsements are gone.
It's our own fault for treating Gwen so poorly. We're just getting what we deserve.
Brother, don't you think Gwen has changed a lot?
Maybe we were wrong. Gwen hasn't changed at all. She's still that simple, kind girl from our childhood. Back then, she loved following us around and calling us brother, like a little tag-along.
But all the times she bullied Cindy over the years, those things actually happened.
Sometimes I wonder if things were really as they seemed.
You mean Nonni Watson?
Yes?
Where's Cindy?
The second miss is out with friends and isn't back yet.
That damn woman. How dare she use me to target Gwen?
Lily, I was wrong. I won't do it again. Please, forgive me.
You seemed pretty brave to me. You're just the daughter of a mistress. How dare you use me to suppress Gwen? You're lucky enough just to be in the Shaw family. Yet you're still not satisfied. How dare you use me to suppress Gwen? If you hadn't stolen Gwen's fiance, she wouldn't have had the chance to marry Chris. It's all your fault. I'll let you go this time. If you dare scheme against me again, it won't be settled this easily.
Or Gwen. It's all your fault. Just you wait.
Jean, I'm sorry. I misunderstood Gwen. That's why she hates me so much. But I had no choice. The Shaw's projects have all stopped. Gwen, only if she returns can all these problems be resolved. Jean, only in your name, Gwen might come back. Back when I cheated, you understood me. This time, you can understand too, right?
No. I finally got Gwen kicked out. I definitely can't let her back. Dad, you look tired. Let me get you a chair.
You're just in time. This dress was Gwen's birthday gift from me. Why is it in your room? The Shaw's land contract back then, you leaked it to the competitors, didn't you?
Nah, Dad. It wasn't me.
Nanny Watson already told me back then you had Nanny Watson clean the room and steal Gwen's clothes to frame her. Chinde, you tricked Gwen and me into turning against each other. How could I have such a wicked daughter? Back then, I shouldn't have let you two into my home. Go. Leave the Shaw family right now. Once you leave, when she might finally come back.
I'm not leaving.
Leave the Shaw family this instant.
Ah,
Don't shout. Don't shout.
second miss. Let's call an ambulance.
No? Dad knows what I did now. If he wakes up, he'll kick me out of the Shaw family. Kill him.
Second miss. This is a crime.
Nanny Watson, you saw it with your own eyes. I pushed Dad down. You know, if you don't show your loyalty, I will definitely kill you. After all, only the dead keep secrets.
Second miss. I can't do it.
Hey,
Who's there?
Dad? Are you okay?
Dad.
Chinde, what happened?
Brother, second brother. I saw Gwen push Dad down and then run off.
What did you say?
I saw Dad was in a bad mood today, so I came to check on him. I didn't expect to see Gwen push him down. She even tried to use the tablet to hit Dad. Brother, Gwen is trying to kill Dad!
What did you say?
I saw Dad was in a bad mood today, so I came to check on him. I didn't expect to see Gwen push him down. She even tried to use the tablet to hit Dad. Brother, Gwen is trying to kill Dad.
How is that possible? Gwen cut ties with the Shaw family. Why would she be at the shrine? Cindy,
Who?
what's going on?
Gwen still charms them, even after I ruined her reputation. My brothers are changing their minds about her. No. If they find out the truth, there's no place for me in the Shaw family. I don't know. Maybe it's Gwen. She probably wanted him dead for kicking her out.
Find a doctor first. Hurry!
No matter how angry she is, she shouldn't have pushed Dad.
Stop talking nonsense. Something's fishy here. Kingsley, why hasn't Gwen arrived yet?
Mom's memorial is tomorrow. Why call me here today?
Gwen, did you push Dad?
Gwen, once you're a parasite, you're finished.
Today decides if Dad wakes up. Are you really this heartless?
I was just starting to think better of you. Then you do something so despicable.
If I said I didn't do it, you wouldn't believe me anyway, would you?
Sister, even if you hate Dad for kicking you out of the Shaw family, you shouldn't have pushed him.
I'm about to become the wife of the head of the Keith family. A bankrupt Shaw family. Is it worth my concern? You keep saying I pushed Dad. What's your proof? Using your pathetic eyewitnessing again? To frame me.
Miss Shaw, these clothes were in the ancestral hall. Also, Nanny Watson is missing.
Aren't these the clothes Gwen wore while stealing the contract? Aren't these the clothes Gwen wore when she stole the contract? Why are they in the ancestral hall? Where is Nanny Watson?
President Shaw called Miss Shaw tonight. He said Nanny Watson stole Miss Shaw's clothes.
If I remember correctly, Nanny Watson is from the same town as Cindy's stepmother.
Did you push Dad?
Brother, how could you think that of me? Shouldn't you ask Gwen? Besides, she pushed Dad. I'm the witness.
Is that so? I have a witness here too. Her testimony isn't the same as yours. Her testimony isn't the same as yours. Say what you just said again.
Nanny Watson, think carefully before you speak. Tell the truth.
Speak.
Cindy pushed President Shaw. And Cindy was the one who sent the contract. She even ordered me to steal the eldest Miss's clothes to frame the eldest Miss.
It wasn't me. She's lying.
Cindy, do we have to call the police for you to be satisfied?
No, you can't call the police. If you dare call the police, I'll kill him.
Cindy, you're crazy. He's your father.
Father? He never once saw me as his daughter. All he cares about is the Shaw family's reputation.
Cindy, you're so greedy. Could it be that all our kindness was fake?
I always tried to help you. I didn't expect you to be the most vicious one.
What did I do wrong? Should I be looked down on just for being illegitimate? I just wanted to secure my place in the Shaw family.
Has anyone in the Shaw family ever mocked your status? No one cares.
Gwen, stop being so self-righteous. I care. Why were you born with a superior status, while I'm just the daughter of a mistress?
So you plotted everything for this? Have you thought about how much Gwen suffered from your framing?
Now you care about her? Weren't you the ones who hurt her the most? Since the Shaw family has no place for me, fine. Then none of you will have it easy. Let me go.
Cindy, you dare try to kill your father in public?
You all forced me.
Take her to the interrogation room.
Let me go. Let me go. Gwen, I won't let you get away with this.
Still no remorse? I don't have a sister like you.
Cindy, justice will be served.
Let's go home.
Gwen, we were wrong before. We apologize. Can you forgive us?
Gwen, when Dad wakes up, he'll definitely want to see you. Why don't you wait a bit longer?
Oh?
What are you talking about, young CEO Shaw? I've long had nothing to do with the Shaw family.
When Dad was wrong, can you stay?
Will the couple please exchange rings? Let's all bless this couple a long and happy marriage, forever united in heart. Wishing you a life of happiness.
Good, good.
Groom, you may now kiss your beautiful bride.
Congrats, President Keith, on winning the beauty.
I've waited for years. Finally, my wish came true.
Gwen, you should have married me.
Gwen didn't even invite us to the wedding. Seems we were too foolish before.
It seems Gwen won't forgive us easily.
She didn't have a good life in the Shaw family. I hope Chris treats her well from now on.